Hello, everyone, and welcome to Maggie's Possum Journey. I hope you all watched the first segment of Maggie's visit to Coorg. If not, before watching this, do go back and watch how Maggie enjoyed her first day at Coorg, and we too, along with her. Well, this is the next day morning, and a bright morning had just started, but of course, very soon again it started pouring, and we got our umbrellas out. We were a little skeptical, should we take Maggie out on the rain? But we decided, since we've come to the monsoon season, let Maggie have the best of every season that is known. So we gave her a nice little bright t-shirt so that she doesn't get too wet, and our intentions were good. And we thought, why not, Maggie? Go out, have a great day, and enjoy the first monsoons of Coorg that you'll ever see. It was not heavy rains, but it was dripping here and there. Maggie was least bothered, as you can see. She had so many fragrances and smell of the woods and trees and grass, everything. Our only tension was that we should not find leeches around, because that's very common in wetty grass areas. And this, you can see, is the beautiful resort that we stayed in. So green, so amazing, good for the eyes, and ideal for any vacation. This was towards the dining hall. There was also indoor games and badminton area. Well, Papa said, let's start playing badminton, and Maggie was like, yes, I love this game. You throw the ball and I'll fetch it for you, or probably just chew on it. This went on for a long time, and it was an amazing sight for me. Maggie just didn't get the rules of the games, I think. We told her, but she just had to hold on to the cork to herself, and she won't give out at any cost. We were trying to throw it out, my husband tried, and I had to capture this moment because Maggie was really enjoying around the net. There were many strays that came along at this time, and Maggie shooed them off by screaming at them. She was so happy that day. Can you see her? Well, this looks like a new fetching game for Maggie. She just knows one way of playing. Go, run, keep the ball to yourself, and never share it with anyone. Well, Maggie, you silly girl, that's not how you play badminton. We'll teach you some other time maybe, but today you just enjoy the way you want. Well, just when I thought Maggie has had enough and she's going to get tired of playing, she was actually up to a lot of mischief. She played and, of course, ran around, and she was quite tired by the end of all of this. She was also looking for a place to sit here and there, but the entire place was wet with the rains that happened all night long. So she obliged by playing, but finally she found a bench and she decided to just climb with a lot of difficulty. But some dry place made her comfortable for some time. My husband and I were taking a stroll nearby because we thought, now Maggie is a little tired, she would probably want to relax on the bench. And we didn't really care much as to where she was. But that's when the second mischief of the day happened, and it was, my God. Maggie was enjoying this view just like all of us were, and it was an open space, completely empty, almost like a farmhouse backyard. There was a little pond, I think, far away, and there were many migratory birds that were coming in and sitting, so the sight was amazing. The camera will not be able to capture any of that, but what we saw was amazing. Maggie's eyes could see the same things, but suddenly she decided that now I'm bored of this place and I must run and see what the place ahead counts for. Look at my husband. He was like a little child swinging away to glory. Suddenly he realized that Maggie has run down. I captured Maggie. I was slowly being observant. I didn't know exactly what was happening. And suddenly, lo and behold, Maggie just flies flat on the grass and has a great time rubbing herself onto the grass. I thought probably it's just grass that made her happy. See, look at this silly girl. Oh my god, Maggie, you are just having a ball. I couldn't stop laughing seeing Maggie's actions. She just turned and toppled and did whatever she wanted out there. But I just had a great time laughing and capturing her. Just look at the silly girl. Finally, my husband decided that no more. I'm going to go and get her from there. Also, we were a little worried because we saw her nibbling something from the grass. So we wondered, God knows what was she eating off there. And thank God my husband just went. There was some food that she had spotted there. But see, yuck, Maggie, you are such a dirty girl. She just lathered herself in all that mud and grass and that leftover food. Oh my God, I can't even begin to tell you. My poor husband just held on to Maggie and took her back to the room. Now, looking at this vision, can you think of anything? Is anything coming to your mind? Well, when I saw the two of them walk back, I thought of a little child who had, fallen into a puddle of mud, and how the mother or the father would take them home holding their ears or dirty clothes, and reminded me so much of my childhood, or probably any child's vision when they are asked to come back home after getting horribly dirty in the mud. Well, innocent Maggie was so happy, but she looked so dirty, my God, and she's smelling so bad. I couldn't wait to go and give her a bath, my goodness. Maggie was unapologetic at all bases, and she was like, come, let's go. If you want me to go, I'll come with you. But I did no wrong. Well, of course you did no wrong, Maggie. You had to explore. But now that you smell so bad and you've got all mud around you, what should we do with you? Well, this is part of having a child inside your life and in your lives, and that is amazing. Maggie today really reminded me of my childhood and all the times when we would get dirty, but we had a fear. We are humans, we have the fear of getting scolded by parents. She's as innocent and she didn't care about anything. Finally, when we were almost going to enter the room, we saw that Coco was up. Maggie and Coco had to wish each other good morning in their unique ways. Coco, as usual, is of course the friendlier one, and Maggie here again had her own drama going on. I think Coco must have smelled Maggie's bad clothes, and how she fell on the mud. So today he was not really jumping too much on her, and I think he was trying to get the smell. Just look at the two of them. Yes, Coco, you're right. Maggie is smelling very bad and we will go and give her a bath. Don't smell her too much, okay? And you also don't go fall into the puddle. Just look at him carefully smelling her, and the minute he's got the rotten smell, he has moved his face away. Alright, Coco, bye bye. Go have a good morning walk. Meanwhile, we'll clean Maggie and then you can play with her. We got this naughty girl in the room, And the first thing, I just kept staring at her, seeing where all she had got herself dirty and from where should I start. First, I thought, should I get her a full body bath? Then I was like, it's a very cold place and she should not catch a cold. The first thing my husband wanted me to do was discard this t-shirt of Maggie. He said, just throw it away. We are not taking it back. I said, yes, you're right. So we just took off the t-shirt and threw it off. Then there were some wet wipes that I used to clean her up at the first instance before using any kind of shampoo. And don't be afraid when you see Maggie's face, okay? Maggie is absolutely ticklish at her paws, and whenever we try to clean it up, she makes this little face where she's actually feeling ticklish. Don't be afraid that why is Maggie taking out her teeth? Because that's what she does every day. Well, I realized it was not, a 10 minutes job. So I used many sheets of wet wipes and I got her wiped off. And then whenever we travel, I carry this amazing dry shampoo for Maggie. So I thought once I clean up her ear, that's most important. She had her fun, but now cleaning her up is most important, because any kind of insect or germs that stays is going to affect her skin later on. So for all of you who want to get a dog or who are dog lovers just per se, this is a short message for all of you. Remember that they are like little children who need your care and intense attention for their well-being, because they cannot tell you where it's hurting and what they need. But at the end of the day, when they suffer, you would feel so bad. Anyway, after this intense cleaning process, Maggie was all cleaned up. We fed her, but we decided to rest or keep her resting into the hotel. We went and we saw two places, which was Ebbe Falls and the monastery, which are the two precious gems of Coorg. But thank God the babies were resting, and after a day of traffic jam, we went back to our kids. This day was a lot of fun. And for Maggie, the walks and exploring was a lot of fun. The cleaning was tedious but very funny, Let me know how you liked this episode. Do put in a like and a comment. And for now, bye-bye and hugs from Maggie.